Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so pleased to have on the show an incredible rock singer, songwriter, and guitarist, Vera Bloom. Vera, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I tell you what, this new vinyl, which I have to say, vinyl, it's me. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, you and I were talking before we came in studio on it, Vera, to where, you know, a number of these songs you'd already released as singles, but It's Me, you hadn't. Mm-hmm. And you were telling me, it's like going, you kind of wanted to put these all together into one EP so that your fans and everybody else could sort of get in touch with it. I love it that you've got so many different styles of songs in one EP. How did it all come together? Yeah,
it kind of just accidentally, unintentionally came together. But it made sense when it was time to make these decisions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I released Say Goodbye, I think was the first one, and then Mud. And so I had released 4 out of the 6 as singles, and it just felt incomplete. Like I was like, I have these songs, but they just live in the air essentially, you know? And naturally, like by the time I had released or had recorded Eyes on You and It's Me, those I recorded together in the studio. Mm-hmm. This chapter in my life was kind of closing. Like I had just opened for L7 for 2 nights and had those 2 songs. I was like, what is my next move?
But also you said that like I was playing with Jimmy down at Exit Inn. You were on tour with L7.
I mean,
kind of a little bit of a bigger deal.
Technically I was, yeah. It didn't feel like I really went anywhere because I opened for them in Nashville and then we went to Atlanta and opened for them again.
And they're L7.
And they're L7.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that.
Yeah, and
it's not like the other L7 that's like the cover band. Okay.
My idols, yeah. Just they like play it on Bill's festivals with Nirvana and like all kinds of people. It's no biggie, but
yeah, no biggie at all.
It's fine.
Yeah, and you were playing on stage, yeah.
It was pretty incredible. But anyway, so I was just like, after these highs, I was like, what am I doing, you know? And so I took the winter to kind of reflect on everything, and it's like, you know what? I'm putting it all together, like. And as we were talking earlier, like it is kind of like my foundation, and it's kind of lit a fire.
Yeah, literally. Well, you know, that's what I love about the artwork too. And we were talking about, you know, the photographer you worked with, but it looks so cool with, you know, with the dress and with the fire. You know, it's great imagery. You know, and it speaks definitely to the music. You know, but also I think what's incredible about your songs, Vera, to where it's. You give a nod to the 90s and certainly to your influences, to punk rock and everything, but then you got a song like Serenity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also the lyrics, I mean, you're really sharing, you know, Say Goodbye. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, listening to that, it's like going, I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah, I think I am a songwriter at heart, you know, like if you strip it all down, strip it all away, get the electric guitars out of there, everything, like I'm a singer-songwriter.
Right.
But I also have an addiction to rocking out and performing and riding that edge, you know, like I love punk energy. And so I definitely, you know, I write the song, what needs to come out of me, for healing purposes, whatever.
Right.
And then I build it out arrangement where I'm like, okay, this is going to kick ass on stage.
Right.
Or, you know, however like serves the song, like Serenity, we still play it live. Yeah. And it's a nice ballad, you know, whatever, but it still rocks. It still does.
Oh, totally.
Like live.
Well, and I think also, like you and I were talking about, you know, when I was listening to It's Me, to where the dissonance of the chords, it kind of catches you, and you were going, yeah, this isn't like the big radio friendly, you know, like, you know, Eyes on You, which is obviously, you know, a lot of airplay. But also it's finding a place with fans.
Yeah.
So it's serving its purpose.
Yes.
It's not your typical song that you would expect to hear on the radio, but also, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to add that to their playlist, and the vinyl has been mildly popular at the shows.
Yes, it has been.
You can sign it.
It's a really nice big plate to like sign on.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
also,
it.
speaking of which, I got to bring this up, and I'm not pulling it out because I'll never get it back into the casing here, but the back of the EP has this cool etching.
It does. I totally stole that from Billy Idol. He has a really cool etching on one of his vinyl, so I was like, I'm doing that.
What a great idea. Yeah. Well, you know, I've got to bring this up too. I got to brag on you some because you won't. Because 2021 Nashville Scene Best Rock Transplant.
Yes, that was such a nice surprise. Yeah, I woke up and one of my fans was like, "You got the whatever best of Nashville," and I was like, "I did," and so I looked it up, and that was really cool. And that was kind of like during the pandemic where things were opening up again, and it just really made me feel recognized. It was a really great recognition.
Well, and also, with the album release at the vinyl,
Yeah.
and you were also still had the same dress and rocking a cool guitar.
Oh yeah, my release show. Yes, yeah. No, that was a ton of fun. That was a lot of work.
Yes.
It's hard throwing a party, but
It is, especially when your music is the feature of the party.
yes, yeah. And I really wanted it to be like a party, a celebration. It was close to my birthday, so I didn't do like a typical album release show with
Right.
other bands. I just wanted it to be like, come celebrate, balloons, cake, music. So.
How long have you been here in Nashville now?
Almost 5.5 years.
That's
I
what I
think,
thought.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you miss the coast?
Yes.
You still
I
have
do.
family back there.
I do, yeah, and I make sure to visit like during the summer. I think I made a rule with myself, like no visiting in the winter.
Right. Good call.
Because yeah, no, 2 years ago I visited for Christmas and I was there for 10 days. And I kid you not, this is no exaggeration. I saw sunshine for 45 minutes. I'm not kidding.
It's also-
I was just like,
It's
I
also
can't
not
do it.
great motorcycle weather.
No, and then I wrote "It's Me." No, I'm kidding.
It's like
Yeah.
because there was no sunlight.
I was depressed.
Yeah, so there you go. But I mean, you've kind of become a part of the Nashville rock scene.
Yeah, I really like the rock scene here a lot, and there's the community. Like it's small, and I stand out a little bit just sonically.
Right.
Not a lot of people, or so I think. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a lot of people have the whole like grunge punk alternative rock package thing going on. Sometimes I don't know if I'm actually grunge or if it's just the fact that I'm from near Seattle that people call me grunge. I don't know. You tell me. Take a listen.
I think actual. I think the DNA is in there.
It definitely is.
So I don't think
100%.
I don't think you're trying to.
Yeah.
But I just think from being brought up.
Yeah.
you
I
know.
actually firmly believe that.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of reflecting on that, and it's something. It's like the salt water, the trees, the grayness. Yeah, it just seeps into you, and it's
Well,
there.
and I mean, what is your hope for your fans? And obviously, you're going to garner a lot more fans with this EP. What do you feel like it will do for them? I mean, is it sort of sharing your emotions, but are you hoping that it helps others also?
Absolutely. I think that is one of my goals, not just a satisfaction, but like I really want a positive. I want something positive to come from the music, whether it's like, wow, that song, those lyrics really resonated with me. And that's why I really try to stay true to my message into the song, like stay authentic, is because that really does reach people, even if it is like eyes on you and it's like upbeat and you just want to dance, like whether it's the feeling of the song, it gets you amped up, hyped up, whatever. I love that, whether it's Serenity or It's Me, where it's more like the lyrics or something you really latch onto. I want that, like whatever it is, I just want something positive to come from it,
Well, I've got to bring this up too, that originally, I think at 6 years old, you were classically trained in piano.
Yes, and I actually, yes, and I think it was because of the rigid, like, you have to practice an hour a day, and I was like rebelling against that, so
Sure.
I started writing my own songs, like, so I started writing songs on the piano. Just
And your dad also played guitar and wrote some songs too, right?
Yeah, he's kind of the reason why I figured out what songwriting was, because he's like, here, help me write this song, and so I was like forced to help him like work out lyrics and stuff. But just you don't really know that songwriting is a thing you could do for life, and unless someone introduces it to you. At least that was my case, but he definitely gets some credit for that.
Well, then at 14, though, you really kicked in the guitar and songwriting together then. And left the piano behind a little bit?
A couple years later was the guitar, but 14 was when I publicly performed my song at the high school talent show.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and I won.
Look.
And it's all uphill from there.
Yeah, but also doesn't that kind of verify your pursuit then? You know, because before you're doing
Yes.
it, you know, you're playing music with
Yes.
friends and family, but then,
Yeah. I was actually shocked. I was like, oh my God, like people like actually really liked this song that
could
I
that song
wrote?
possibly end up on like a, you know, like the Vera Bloom tapes eventually, or like, you know, it's like
I don't know. I mean,
sneak it in somewhere?
I'm not sure if there's any footage. And that was back in analog days, so I don't
Even
know
better.
if it exists.
Might have
We'll
to do
see.
some digging for that.
I have to.
Wow.
I hear you're good at digging.
Yes, I can find stuff. Well,
information,
speaking of
yeah.
which, you know, you got so much attention for your self-titled album, you know, your EP and everything, and I know this one is doing incredible, not only here in the United States, but internationally.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of fans.
Pretty cool.
So, you know, you and I were talking to where you're already starting to work on a single.
Yes.
And maybe another EP and album down the road. How is that process? Because I know a lot of times you write on acoustic guitar.
I do.
You do not play your shows on acoustic guitar.
I do not. Yeah. Okay. So it is the thing. So I've experimented a little bit with bass first, which
Okay.
was Eyes on You. I was like, okay, this kind of works. Like, you know, but typically, yeah, I have like this really small Malibu Fender like acoustic guitar with like the electric headstock,
totally.
you know, and that's kind of my songwriting tool these days. And yeah, I was this upcoming single. I've been playing it live at shows as my closer because people are eating it up.
Right.
And but I was camping down in the tip of Pensacola, Florida. That's like my favorite go-to spot. Probably not anymore since I just revealed my secret. A lot of paparazzi. I can't handle it. So anyway, so I was camping, reflecting on my life, and I had my guitar, and so I wrote this song in March, and it's been getting really great feedback. So I think I'm going to release that next as a single.
Incredible. Well, I wanted to bring up also, obviously, as a guitar player as well, you've been playing like the Fender Tellys. I've been seeing a lot of
Yes.
pictures and videos of you with that.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite guitar?
It is my favorite guitar. It doesn't sound like a standard Telecaster. It has, I don't remember what pickups it has. They might be, no, it's escaping me. But they have special pickups that don't come standard on most Telecasters. And so it has a more like warm, deeper tone, I would say.
And you're running through a Fender Hot Rod.
And
which
I do
doesn't-
run, yes. And so that combination, throwing a tube screamer, it's like perfect.
That's your
And
sound.
it's my sound, and I get a lot of compliments on it. Being like, wow, I really like your sound. And it's really just simple. It's just, I add some pedals here and there, but most of my live show, it's just guitar. I turn the drive up on my amp.
Yeah.
And then the tube screamer, and that's it.
And then eventually there will be casters on the amplifier to help with moving.
Yes, there will be. That is next in line
Because they
before
are
I hit
a
the
little
road.
heavy.
It is heavy, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's good.
I've owned them.
Yeah,
I know.
I know. So I got these guns.
Yeah, it's like you're working out. It's like a joke was always, it's like going, wow, you got paid for a show. It's like, no, we got paid to load in and load out. We played the show for free.
Yeah, right? Pretty much. I know, that's how it feels, but.
Well, I've got to ask you this because with the new EP out, and obviously the songs are doing great, and there's so many great songs on here, and I can't wait to hear more of your music, but also it's kind of a new direction for you, more rock, but also the lyrics are honest, you know,
Yes.
and so what are you going to do for merch?
Merch? Well, I have
Besides the vinyl.
shirts. I have some hoodies coming because it's hoodie weather, hoodie
Yes.
season.
Just like great jacket weather.
I know. Actually, okay, so I have some old t-shirts that I want to like cut and put as battle patches for jackets that I
Yeah.
do want to like stud out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So I do have some arts and crafts projects ahead of me for like special merch items.
Wow.
Or you can just buy the patch and do it yourself, whatever. But I have some
Handcrafted.
creative ideas.
I thought you could have a fun T-shirt too, to where it's me, and then on the back it could say it's you.
I like it. Okay.
So it depends on which side you're on.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you know if
Plus,
if
you
I go
need
that avenue.
sunglasses.
So I need
for
sunglasses.
eyes on you,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We can talk later about.
Okay,
all
we'll
the
just gotta
merch
work on that.
ideas. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
it's
some good
fun
stuff in
But I got to bring this up too, to where big tour coming up in the spring.
Yep.
Maybe working on an international tour down the road.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I would love that so much. I need to figure out how to do that.
I have a feeling it's going to happen.
Okay.
So
I feel that too now.
see,
Yeah. Yeah.
we're on page.
We are. Yeah.
Well, I want to make sure for our viewers on Vera, to where for your website, for social media, for the special merch that is handcrafted by you
Yes.
near a beach. Where do viewers need to go?
You can go to my website, which is verabloom.net. I'm a .netter. And you can also find me on all of the socials. My handle for Twitter and Instagram is Vera Bloom Baby. It's pretty memorable. I like it.
Yeah.
And then I just, search me Vera Bloom Music on Facebook.
I always like it on your Twitter too, to where you always do the coffee welcome. So I was telling you,
I will say good morning to you.
You need a coffee indoors to where it's like you go boop.
Yeah.
Where, you're
Yes.
cheering us on with the coffee in the morning.
Yeah, the boop thing just happened organically. And now it's just the thing, and I love it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just. But I think I really almost broke my phone a couple of times.
I wonder
Because I'm like.
I wonder because it's like because some of those mugs you're using, I'm like going, that's a heavy duty mug.
yeah.
I'm like going, it's like at some point you're going, oh my gosh, she cracked her phone.
I know. It's bound to happen. I just ordered a phone case because I've been using one without.
Either that or you got to put like a little piece of plexiglass
I know.
or something where it's like.
Yeah. Or styrofoam
Yeah.
cups.
Or I'm
maybe.
waiting one of these times where you do it and then the coffee spills over and it's like, I know Vera's in there.
Yeah.
It's like underneath
that's a good
the
idea.
coffee.
I like that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's an incredible EP, but you want to get it on vinyl. It's available on CD also. You can add it to your playlist. It's me, Vera Bloom. You're going to love every song on here. It just rocks.
Thank you.
It rocks
Thank
so
you.
hard, and you can really tell that you're hitting your stride. You're laying a foundation with this.
I am, yeah. Yeah. I'm having so much fun,
You
too.
got to be proud of it.
I'm very proud. This was like a bucket list item for me, and I did it myself, so.
Incredible
I'm very
artwork, front and back. So, good stuff. Vera Bloom, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having me, Eric.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.